Hey folks. Well, had an interesting couple days. I've had one of these days, series of days, and of course what's coming up in my life, as it would, is also kind of being, I don't know if it's being reflected to me and my students that I'm working with, or if it's more that we're all just on the same journey. You know, we're connected for a reason, because we have these kind of parallel experiences that are either significant for us or important for us to register right now. But something that's been coming up with several of my students, really, and it's of course now manifesting its way into my life. And what I'm noticing, and what the best way to outline it is, as I work on these various projects that I have, as I sort of advance the frontier on a variety of creative projects, business projects, whatever they happen to be, I'm finding, you know, that it's kind of like what I said yesterday about resistance being our friend, and finding ways of embracing what resistance is giving us, not so much as a thing to overcome, but actually as a sign, as a sort of invitation, as a, hey, look over here. You know, the same way that I described making a mistake on the piano. You know, if our finger hits a wrong note, or if we play a sound we didn't anticipate, how can we embrace that? How can we catch that experience and turn it into a moment of learning, essentially, right? This is the same idea, just on the larger scale of resistance in our life. So, you know, one of the things I'm noticing, and this is coming up in my own life in a kind of prominent way, because I have 2 or 3 big things that I'm working on right now, and I'll find that very often there's 1 or 2 where I'm like, I get up in the morning and I just can't wait to do them. I just can't wait. You know, for a while it was, I mean, piano playing, I always can't wait to play the piano. But actually, funny enough, you know, what'll happen is I'll practice and I'll feel the space opening. I'll feel that attention coming into focus around the keyboard. I'll work with the amazing ideas that Madeline has given me, and I'll start to feel myself expanding, and I'll go, oh, this is so cool. And then I'm just addicted, right? I could spend all day at the piano. But I've got other stuff I gotta do. I have to arrange the score for the musical that I'm arranging, and gotta get the business rolling along. Gotta stay up on my students. So if I get really into the piano, it's like it invites me in. Now I just want to pour all my hours into that. For a while, it was the arranging thing that was like, ugh, I haven't done this in ages. I've got to go figure out this new software. Not new software, but I have to come back to a software I haven't used in a long time. And it was just all kind of like, it felt like a mountain to climb. But I did it, got going on it, and of course, didn't take nearly as long as I thought to get fluent again, and the software started to happen. There was even a software upgrade, so it's gotten better and easier. So I was like, yes, and before I know it, now I can't wait to go to the computer and arrange, because it's fun. I'm back in it. The engine is started. But then there's keeping the business moving forward, keeping my course. I have my course on a platform. It's essentially uploaded. It's essentially there. It just needs some refinement, and I need to go through the long kind of, to me, impenetrable logistical process of getting it launched. So now I'm like, can't I just play piano and do arranging? Why do I have to do the board of the biz? Why do I have to get into the, why do I have to climb that mountain of the software? Well, a little earlier today, I spent a little time online. I take a step forward. I'm not finished yet, but it's like that starts to move. And before I know it, I'm sitting in my office going, I could just do this for the rest of the day. I could really just do this for the rest of the day. Practice piano? That sounds hard. That's a whole different kind of focus. It's a completely different headspace. That sounds far away now. Why? Because that engine has started. And it's this incredible juggling act of various things. Because none of these things are not important to me. We're talking about the creative practice of making music that I love. We're talking about the practice of arranging a show, working with an amazing composer and collaborators, and doing a project that's going to be fantastic, playing my role in that, building the business that I have come to love more than anything, teaching students, learning more how to just becoming a better teacher, becoming a better instructor, using what I'm learning from Madeline and people like Pete and channeling that through. So building that business is vitally important to me. So it's not that any of these things are like the thing that I don't want to be doing. It's just that there's always or frequently that mountain to climb to get the engine started in whatever that domain is. And what I'm finding, this is something I've known, but it's becoming more and more clear to me, is that this is how, if we can really get connected with ourselves, what I'm saying here is actually a really profound way that resistance can become our friend. Because, if I come, like a moment ago when I was in on the computer working on the business, and then I come out to the piano and start playing, very quickly this engine starts up again. It doesn't take that long. It just takes me showing up, putting my attention here. Well, now I've got even more engines started than before, because now I'm excited about that thing, I'm excited about this thing, I'm excited about the other thing, and so there's this buildup of excitement because I see the resistance and I say, let me go there, let me do that, let me lean into the thing that's not quite firing yet. Let me lean into the thing that feels like a mountain, because I know it's not a mountain, or even if it is a mountain, I know that I can have success in one step of that mountain, and that will feel incredible, and that will start the engine for a whole pathway, perhaps mountain pathway of work, of really inspiring flow.
Starting the engine. I think that's my takeaway. And I know this is coming up for some of my students, which is actually almost how these ideas were able to crystallize for me. But, you know, again, it's a trick I kind of learned in the past, but like, what's the thing that feels like a mountain? And can I take myself to a place where that, even if it is a mountain, I feel like, okay, I've got the next, I can take steps here. I feel like I feel good taking steps here. Because that's such a different place to be coming from. And then all of a sudden we're not avoiding anything. Our progress in various domains of life isn't restricted by the fact that some energy that's being given towards something positive is actually out of proportion because there's something else that's trying to be ignored because it feels too big and scary. You know, that's the thing that, that's what I mean by starting the engine. Sometimes it's like, I just don't want to look at that, so I shut her down. But then my progress over here isn't quite full either. So playing with that and treating resistance like a friend is kind of what's showing up today. So thanks for watching, people. So much love. Appreciate you. Have a wonderful day. Doing another cabaret on Thursday, 4 p.m. Mountain Time. Hope to see you there. Love you. See you soon.